Peace and blessings, everyone, and welcome to Homestead Heart. And I wanted to bring you along with me today because I got so excited when I thought about the series that I'm about to start for you all. You know what? This is the season. Tis the season, right? To do what? To do some canning. So what I want to do, I want to walk you through the different sizes of canning jars that are available to you for you to can. And I find that along this journey, you are going to find you have a preference for what size canning jar, what lid size canning jar you prefer for canning certain foods, because I definitely have my preferences. And I will share that with you in this video. So first, let's go ahead and get started with this. First of all, I want to show you, we're going to start from, we'll start from the largest size and work our way down, okay? So now the first size that you see right here next to that beautiful yellow squash that I harvested out of the garden today. But anyway, starting right here with this half-gallon size mason jar, canning jar, still the same. This is a pretty large jar. Now, for me personally, this is a half a gallon. So for me personally, I love this jar for dry goods, for things like pasta, flour, farina. I love it for all of my dry goods. And what I do with this, and actually I use this with my vacuum sealer. I don't pressure can or water bath can anything in these jars. Can you do it? Of course you can. I choose not to. I like it, like I said, for my dry goods. And once I put my dry goods inside, things like pasta, rice, I put it inside and I use my vacuum sealer. And what my vacuum sealer does is it takes the air out of the jar and it seals the lid, okay? And as you can see, lid is sealed. I'm lifting up the jar. It's sealed, okay? So I use it for that. Now, if you decide as you begin this process that you would like to use them for something else, you might want to water bath can whole peaches, whole pears. You might not want to go through the process of, quartering them or whatever. You might want to do whole peaches, or, well, you know what, you're going to have to take the seed out, so it's going to be a half anyway. So you might decide that's what you want to do. And if so, perfect. You can use these jars for that. Now, I don't. Now, moving on to the next size jar. Remember, that's a half gallon. The next size is the quart jar, okay? Now, with the quart jar, I do the same thing. I use it either with my vacuum sealer, or I use it if I'm going to be pressure canning or water bath canning. What I love my quart size jars for is if I'm making spaghetti sauce, if I'm going to make any kind of pasta sauce, really, I love my quart size jars for that, because a quart size is great. Is a great size with pasta sauces if I'm going to be making a meal for more than one person. That is absolutely perfect. I can beans in my jars. I have black beans in this can. I've done red beans. I've done, of course, bean soup and regular navy beans. You can do quite a bit in the quart size jars, okay? Now, as you can see with this jar, I've also dehydrated some vegetables, and that's a video for another time. But I've dehydrated some veggies, and I've used, again, my vacuum sealer for this jar. And this is just, look at there, they're just dry dehydrated vegetables. And inside, I even have what is called oxygen absorbers, and that kind of helps to get all of the air out of the jar to preserve my food for long-term storage. So this is the quart size, and this typically would be full, but this is the quart size jar, okay? So what else can I use the quart size jars for? Oh, just about anything you choose, really, really anything you choose. Water bath, pressure can, anything you like. It is going to be totally up to you. You can do whatever you like, okay? So now, The next size jar, oh, the next size is the pint and a half. Y'all, remember I talked about preference? This is my favorite jar. This is my favorite jar. Okay, I love pint and a half. I don't know. It just seems like, and that's for certain things now, not for beans, but for other things, it's just like the perfect size jar to me. I don't know. I love it. But this pint and a half size jar, I use it for asparagus. You could use it for asparagus. Look at how long and tall it is. You could use it for asparagus. For me, I have this, which is my chicken legs that I've pressure canned in this jar. So I love it for that. You could use it for fruits, vegetables, meats. I love it for meats. Okay. The pint and a half size jar for asparagus and meats, that is my go-to jar right there. Okay. All right. And the next size jar is going to be the pint size jar. Look at how cute and little they are. What do I use pint size jars for? I use them for jams. I use them for fruit butters, apple butter, pear butter. In this case, this is apricot jam, okay? And I use it for strawberry jam. In fact, I have another pint size jar that is so adorable. It's a different shape, a little smaller, but it's adorable. Actually, let me show it to you. Okay, boom, I'm back. Now, this is my pint size. Hold on, let me get that to zoom. What's the problem? Okay, that's better. All right, so this is the other pint size jar. Same size jar, okay? These two jars are the exact same. They hold the exact same amount. They are 1 pint jars. Except one is just so adorable. I love it. And I also have in this strawberry jam. And that, to me, is a perfect size for strawberry jam. It's not too much and it's not too little. So I use my pint sizes for those things. Mostly fruits, fruit spreads, things like that. Okay? Now, even if you're going to be doing like peach halves and things like that, you can't get a lot of peach halves in a jar this size. I would probably lean more towards the quart size jar or the pint and a half. If you're going to do peach halves or peach quarters, I would lean more to those just to maximize your jars, because you don't want to have to buy a ton of those little ones just to be able to get all the peaches to fit that you put in the jars. But then again, it's your choice. Okay, so now that's the pint size. And last but not least, these cutesy wootsies, the little bitty, those are half pints. These are pints back here. These half pints. Okay, and aren't they adorable? Look at the detail on them. I don't know if you could see, it has all the little grapes and all of that. I think those are so cute. And in these little jars, you could do the same in those. You can do butter in those jars. You can do the same jams and spreads in those jars. I did cranberry sauce in mine. So you can choose whatever you would like. Let me put that up there. You can choose whatever you like for your jars. Remember, it's all about preference. And the more you can, you're going to find that there are some things that you love to put in certain jars more than others. Now, the other thing, the last thing I want to mention to you about these jars is the lid size. Remember, we talked about lid size. Now, let me show you this. These two jars are both quart size jars, okay? They're both quarts. But the difference here, and you probably could tell it already. Let me go up and over. Look at there. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in the size of the lids here. See that? This is called a regular mouth jar, quart size jar, regular mouth. This is a wide mouth jar, okay? Regular, wide. The top of the jar is much smaller, okay? So for me, if I'm going to be doing things like meats and things, I prefer the wide mouth jar because it's easier. Look at there. It's easier to get everything out of the jar, and because meat has a lot of fat in it, and you get that out, you want to be able to clean that jar well. You want to be able to get your hand in there and scrub it really, really good. Get your brush, whatever you use. You want to be able to get what you need to clean these jars well. So I prefer the wide mouth jars really for just about everything that I use, but I'll settle for the regular mouth. And I love beautiful jars. I got to tell you, my son-in-law, for a gift. Thank you, Ness. My son-in-law, when he was overseas, they were getting me a gift for my birthday, and my daughter had to let him know, Mama is not, she ain't that kind of person where you can't do all of that. Don't do certain things for my mama. She's not chocolate and flowers. You get my mama some canning jars, and she will be through the roof excited. And when I got my canning jars in the mail that he sent me, I flipped out. I was so happy and excited, and I still got them too. So thank you, Ness, for those. But anyway, I hope this little video was helpful and informative to you all. Look at that beautiful little yellow squash over there that I harvested out of the garden today. I know I said that already, but I'm so proud of it. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching Homestead Heart. Y'all be blessed and have a great one. See you next time.